All right, here we go. Had to shut off my little space heater before I get, what is that thing that I just learned about? Toasted lake marshmallow syndrome or something? Yes, I do love myself a space heater. Hey folks, I'm just a bite of my lunch here. Hold on. Gas in the tank. Food for thought, food for all sorts of stuff. So, hey, folks, stuff. So, hey, folks, I gotta turn. There we go. Okay, just getting myself situated here, taking a look at how my hair came out today. He cut it a little bit short, but I'll deal with it. I just got a manicure and a pedicure, but I'm not going to show you my toes and my fingers, as my husband says, smell like old ladies. So that's what's going on here. So good afternoon, everybody. Unless you're on the West Coast and then it's still before noon. And here we go. So we've got Robin and Sherry and Trish and Valerie and Sherry and Farm Girl and Laura and Gen X with a J and a purple heart and Tracy and Barbara and Serena and all the little people in Stonehenge. Hey. Laura Gibbon Voorhees says, I've never had a mani-pedi before. Try it. You may like it. I don't do it often, but it's kind of fun to experiment. And I occasionally do it before we go traveling. And I decided to give it a shot. Excuse me. Oh, you know what's so funny? Oh my God, you are right. Penny's right. Penny's right. I am an hour early. Penny, you know what? Penny, today's your lucky day. Can I do 2 hours of TikTok live? Could I sign off and sign back on again at 2:59? We'll see. You know what? My not double checking. Notice, you guys, please notice about me, or just notice these things. I was relying on one sole piece. I was relying on one source that has proven to be unreliable. Okay? Yeah, you guys. So listen to what happened to me. And thank you, Penny, for pointing it out. In my head, I thought, that I was going on TikTok at 2:00. Even when I was at the mani-pedi place, I was like, oh, that's right, I got to get there at 2, and you got my lunch, and I even told my husband, let's hurry up and get lunch. I was only relying on one source for my information. If what I'm doing reminds you of something to do both in your internal life and the external life, is look for other sources to double check if what they say is true. I know. Penny, look, there goes thinking again. I'm always thinking. Okay, so see, this is cool. Yeah, this is cool. Everybody, Oceanana, I'm thrilled you're on here now. Yeah, I'm not going to be like, whoa, I'm not going to be here and sign off. I'm here anyway. Why not? So Oceanana has a heart doctor appointment at 3, so here, let's hang out together with Oceanana, a.k.a. Louise. Cat Mama was planning for 3 p.m., taking a nap with cats. Also go for that. Thank you. And thank you. Look, my nails are usually, whatever. I'm gonna focus because I have an important part. I have an important point to make that is a lesson to be learned from what just happened. Learn lessons from things that happen all the time. So this is what happened. I trusted my brain to tell me what time I was supposed to be my TikTok live. I did not look more closely at the schedule I had made, nor the schedule I had printed out from the secret page that actually says this. I honestly took the printed page and I just put it on one of my clipboards, but did I look at it? No, I just moved it. because I did not double check my sources and knowing that my brain, who I love, who is awesome, is not 100% reliable, I showed up an hour early. Now I'm going to roll with it, and I will. Here's what I'm going to do. I will be here from 2 to 3, and then literally I will stop the thing and then start it again, and I'll show up for another 3 to 4. I got the time. But what I want to offer to you is, please double check your sources anywhere and everywhere. Okay? It's okay. I mean, I'm going to roll with it, but notice if you only rely on your head and you don't write stuff down, or you write stuff down but you don't look at it, the process does not work. Okay? So, lesson learned. Also a lesson learned that those of us who even do this stuff all the time and are pretty damn well, reliable about things, oftentimes some things happen, aka you remind yourself of your being human. Now, I was going to bring up a reason why I was saying this, my humanity. I know I screwed up something today. What was it? Oh, this is it. This is it. The other thing, too, is sometimes we mean to do a good thing and we inadvertently do something that's not so good. Mine was minor, but I want to point it out to you guys. So this week I have been doing, I have added another 16 hours of TikTok lives / now 17 on my schedule. And I have been very diligent, or I thought I was, about downloading my TikTok lives to my photos and then uploading them to YouTube. Today, again, when I wasn't paying attention, okay? When I wasn't paying attention, when I wasn't focused on what I was doing, when I was doing something but I was kind of distracted, I inadvertently deleted yesterday afternoon's TikTok. One of them anyway. I don't know how to get it back. It's fine. It may be gone. Daddy gone. Okay? I say that to you because we hope we are consistent all the time, but we are not machines. I didn't have something automatic done. Yes, and I will say this. Boston Sports Girl, you're totally right. I am shifting gears into vacation mode. I will also say this too, that I don't think it would surprise any of you. So if I did the math, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have added another, let's say, 10 to 12 hours already. I've worked another 10 to 12 hours on TikTok, face-to-face here, as well as being behind the scenes, downloading and uploading and my public things, as well as my own personal stuff. I'm getting a little tired. Now, I still enjoy doing this, and I'm totally going to do what I said I was going to do. But also, notice this, you guys, lessons learned all over the place. I heard today that TikTok is not necessarily going to go dark on Sunday. That the Biden administration, God bless them, are doing something so TikTok does not go dark on Sunday. What that does, BBM, Beth Beast Mode, What that does is it allowed me to get out of kind of adrenaline, panic trying to reach a goal by a certain destination mode. As soon as I realized I didn't have to rush, that it would be okay if I didn't download all of my favorites, and I'm still going to do it, I felt a sense of relief. I was like, whew, okay, I can take a breath. So check yourself, and if you are running on adrenaline, if you are running on caffeine, see if you can take a break. Okay, now that's what I'm going to do, but I'm still going to show up here. Okay, so I'm also reaching over to turn on my little space heater because I love my space heater. Thanking Reclaiming Jen that my hair came out good. I think it's a little short. I need to do some stuff to it, but thank you. Thank you. I also don't always wear earrings, but I was going out of the house, so, I dolled up a little bit. All right, there we go. There we go. Ooh, get cozy. So, thank you very much, you guys. So that is the kind of the preamble to everything. Is you are human. You're gonna hit a pothole. Okay, to use the jargon I use. You're gonna be driving along. Everything's going smooth. You're like, check me out. I'm on a roll. Ooh, I hit a pothole. Oh well, let me recover quickly. what I also I'm doing is I'm learning from my quote mistakes, and I'm going to be more mindful with the rest of these TikTok lives that I do and download and upload and delete. I will be more mindful during that process, so the thing that happened that I didn't like didn't happen again. Okay? So, learn these things from me. Also, you know what? I don't know. Here we are. So there we go. Oh, thank you, Carla Jane. Yeah, I don't often wear earrings. Usually, actually, because when I'm coaching, I wear my ear things. But these are kind of fun. They are made out of, I'll just share this with you. Her name is Bettina Clark. She sells her earrings in Portland, Maine. It's called Stringin' Along With Me, M-E for Maine. And these are made out of recycled guitar strings. Bettina's husband is a guitar player. My husband is a guitar player. So I thought that was a pretty good kind of upcycle thing to do. Okay? So yay, and thank you everybody for thinking I look pretty nice. You should see me when I actually put on makeup, huh? So here we are. Here we are in a room full of strangers, standing in the dark. God, Bee Gees, so good, so good. Here we are, TikTok Live, Destination Decluttered, cautiously optimistic this won't be the countdown, the final countdown to TikTok Lives, and that there will be more of them in our future. But in the meantime, naturally gorgeous, oh, go on. In the meantime, we are here. How do you want to use our time together today? How do you want to use our time together today? How can I help you today at this juncture? Okay? How can I help you? You guys are helping me. You guys are helping me by showing up when I show up. And when I'm showing up, the neat thing is, and Carla was saying that, and hey, Carla, nice to see you, is Carla was saying that these kind of this jam-packed week, this marathon week of Destination Decluttered TikTok Lives here on TikTok have allowed her to learn things that maybe I might have not brought up for the sheer fact that I feel like I'm doing a bit of that, like the filibuster. So I am constantly going to the well and pulling out stuff I think is going to be helpful. Now, wonderfully enough, so far my well has not run dry, and I've been able to use some of the ways I describe something traditionally, and then other things come to light. Okay? So let me help you with this, okay? So Hudson Pickup says, where do you start? Many people will know this, and I'm happy to repeat it. Repetition is a tool in your toolkit, okay? How you start? First of all, you start before even the decluttering. You start checking yourself out. How are you feeling? How are you feeling physically? Are you feeling okay? Do you have what I like to say euphemistically, because I always talk about cars like road trips? Do you have gas in your tank? If not, can you go fill up? Now, to me, gas in my tank is a few things. One is sleep. We so need sleep. The other one is food. Now, I just ate like a little thingy, like a little wrap my husband kindly made, and we cut in half and we shared that. And I have the best thing in your tank, water, just plain old water. So taking care of your physical body. Do you get a headache? Take a pill. You got a backache? Stretch. Everybody, get your body comfortable. As you do that, that might help you also get your brain comfortable. Getting out of crisis mode, and I don't know where to start now. Shh. We're to calm down the nervous system. Okay? So start with your body and brain first. Now, I could elaborate on calming down your brain. Just think of the word down. Sit down, slow down, calm down, breathe down, slow down the breathing, quiet down the voices you don't want to hear, slow down how you speak, all the downs. And then the cool thing is, when you feel better, here's the great part. Christine says, who's breathing and stretching right now? Me. I am. Shake it off. If you're feeling in frozen mood, remember when we used to play tag? We used to play this thing in backyards called freeze tag. Somebody would tag you and you had to freeze. And then sometimes the other person I guess we call it, would tag you and unfreeze. Unfreeze yourself. Get yourself unparalyzed. Okay? Move your body. Dissipate the nervous energies. Shake it down now. Shake your body down to the ground. You know? Move that stuff. Get it out. Okay? Then start with your destination. Now we're going to be really quick right here. Your destination here today is decluttered. So you can go into depth, and you should, defining your destination, but just for shits and giggles. A phrase with which I hate, but I haven't come up with something else. We're just going to say destination decluttered. Here you are. You want to go, here we are, with the Bee Gees at the beginning of this road trip, and that's where we want to be. I want to go to there, said Tina Fey's young daughter, who I believe now is in college, which is crazy. Between these two steps, look what I'm hiding under my big Irish head. There's a car right there. That's us, people. That's you. You're driving your car. I'm driving mine. You know there are some things you can do. Easy things you can do to get started decluttering. Okay? So I offer to you Hudson Pickup. What are some things you know you can do to get yourself started decluttering? I highly recommend starting simply and starting smallly and just starting. Okay? So for example, pour a hemp load. 3 layers of clutter. It's like an archaeological dig if you think about it. You've got surface clutter. You've got stored clutter. I feel like I'm like doing the thing from Pulp Fiction. Surface clutter, stored clutter, and then you've got sentimental clutter. Okay? Maybe I'll make it be the latest dance on Bandstand. Okay? Surface, stored, sentimental. That's also how you get your body moving. And you get to be kind of silly, because when you're silly, it's going to make things easier and fun. And when things are fun, you're more likely to get them done. Okay? So, start with the surface clutter. What's surface clutter? It's stuff on a surface, silly. On a horizontal surface. Right? It's the stuff that you know where it goes. It's just not there yet. It's just, yeah, even just start with that. Doesn't matter truly scrumptious. It doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start. How's that sound? Sounds pretty good to me. Wait, I can't F this up? There's not like the only right way. Nah. The only wrong way is just not starting at all. You declutter something, your house will be less cluttered. Hope that helps. Now, I love it. Ooh, Paris, France 2022. That sounds so good. I'm organizing to the next level, they say. Frees up so much time for other things. Chef's kiss. Yes. Yes. That's what, oh, thank you. Somebody put a little thing on my head there. Yes, that's why we are doing this, you guys. Seriously. I am not Martha Stewart. I don't really care how your home looks. I care that it functions easily for you. You feel good in it. And it takes you a minimum amount of time to keep it that way. With that minimum amount of time on your home means you've got much more time for other things that interest you, that are important to you. I do not want you spending too much time in your home doing your chores. I want you to go out and play with your friends, to walk downtown on a Saturday morning, and instead of having to spend all day cleaning your room, but nobody told you how to clean your room because they couldn't even clean their room themselves. I joke, but it's true. I used to be told you can't go hang out with your friends until you do your chores. I dreaded it. So what did I do? But my parents didn't declutter. Were they doing their chores? A little bit. So we're going to change that. We're going to have fun and get it done. So you have more time to go hang out and do the truly important things in life. Now, this is really neat. I'll share this with you. There's a few messages. And Kara found out a couple of days ago, unexpectedly, that she got half laid off from one of her jobs. Kara now has more time in her life. And what is she doing? What is she choosing to do with that life? She's doing some cool stuff with her time. Are you doing cool stuff with your time? It's 10 p.m. Are you doing cool stuff with your time? So Kara is sharing Dad's photos. And then she says, sharing the photos. Her dad was an awesome photographer. Please go check out Kara's page. Really beautiful artistic, wonderful, beautiful black and white photos, and probably color too. And Kara said, check this out. Sharing Dad's photos gave me ideas about what to do with the collection. Notice, Kara got in action. She wasn't just sitting there paralyzed. Ideas do not occur to the paralyzed mind. Ideas flow to a mind that is moving. Okay? You know, and then, oh, nice. Yay. And Kara says, I may not have done that if you, me? If you, now of course it zooped and I was mid-sentence, if you hadn't decided to do so many lives outside the box. I live outside the box. I do. That's always where I've been. I'm left-handed. I have eye problems. You know, I'm short-haired and brown-haired in a long-haired blonde world. I'm cool with it though. I love it. I love being able to see things in different perspectives. But notice what I call the positive ripple effect. I decided to do something different this week because I didn't want to feel sad that TikTok was going away. I was going to have a grand old Irish wake. I was going to stay and we were going to celebrate life until it was officially over. Well, guess what? Perhaps we have a respite. But because I showed up and did something different and somebody saw me doing something good, unbeknownst to me, I was leading by example. Kara said, oh, check it out. That's doing more things. What can I do? Kara has made money selling stuff from her garage. Kara is actively having more fun on TikTok because people are resonating with her dad's photos. And she is posting. She is selling. She is verbing. She is taking action. She is making action happen. And it's so good. You know? So you can do the same. Okay. There we go. Me says, sorry to miss this hour. No worries. I have to remind myself that I'm going to sign off at 2:59. I'm going to sign back on again. What the heck? Why not? Why not? Now, Carla is asking, ideas for crafts reusing, recycling a library of encyclopedias only used by me in high school. Crafty people, have at it, okay? Help Carla with that. All right. So here's stuff. Okay. Becky is sorting through shoes. I love it. Okay. Cat Mama needs some of my energy. You know how I get my energy? Twix. You know, the protein bar. No. In between when you see me, I take it easy. It's so funny. I will share this with you. Okay. Insight. I know, Erin, I am early. I goofed up, but I'm going to show up at 3 too. Please, you do not need to attend this marathon with me. If you do, so I've showed up mistakenly early. I'm not about to go away because I already planned on this. And I will sign off at 2:59 and I will sign back on at 3 o'clock because the people who actually looked at the schedule that I made that I forgot to look at, they're going to show up at 3. So I'll show up both times. Okay? Here's something that was true in how I maintain my energy and I don't let it dip, is I take breaks. I know what I need to do to get myself playing, going the long game. And what I do is I pretty much shut up. I stop talking. I allow my talker and my thinker a rest. Because when I'm doing TikTok lives and coaching, I am actively talking. I am actively thinking. And then I allow those guys to take a break. It was kind of funny because when I was getting my manicure, because I'm going away on travels, I will share with you, I was in the manicure place. It was me and one other person. And this woman, older than me, I don't know why that matters, but I said it, came in and she just kept on talking and talking and talking and talking to the woman who's doing her nails. And I was just like, oh my God, I just want some peace and quiet. Now, I could have chosen to get aggravated by it, and I would be lying if I didn't let it say it didn't aggravated me between a 1 and a 2 or a 3 and a 4, very low on the volume scale. But what I decided is, okay, I have a choice here. I am here for the next hour or so. I could allow that woman's chatty, complainy thing to harsh my mellow, or I can choose to disassociate from it. I can pretend, I can focus, I can try to turn down her volume and really pay attention to like that soothing kind of spa music they play in the background. You know, I can tell myself nicer stories about this lady, about maybe this is the only time anybody actually listens to her. Maybe nobody else in her life listens to her and she feels seen and heard, and this gives her an opportunity to feel better. I don't know if any of this is true, but saying these things and helping myself made me feel better. Okay? I don't know why I brought that up. It just seemed important. But yeah, taking breaks. And I was just like, gosh, all I do all day is like listen and talk and listen and talk. So I sat there with the kid doing my nails, and I was just quiet. I didn't talk. I kind of wanted to just, and it worked pretty much. And now I'm back, and now I'm going to be here for another freaking hour and a half. Why not? Life is short. Yes, exactly, Kara. Yeah, that may have been her. That's what I said. You know what? This woman is talking about her. I learned so much about her, and I didn't really even want to listen. It's almost like how soothing it is when you go traveling to an international country and you don't understand the language. It just becomes noise to you, or whatever. You don't understand the words, but as soon as your brain hears a word, it says, "Oh, I understand what they're saying." So yeah, I was trying to, and look what I did. I was using the tool in my toolkit, tools in my toolkit that I share with you, and I was self-coaching. Because that's what I would love for you guys to practice, is the tools that I am sharing with you on each one of these lives. And if we coach one-on-one, or maybe it's from one of my videos, if ever you learn something from me that you could play with and experiment with, please do that. Please use these for yourself. You don't have to use them under my supervision. Play with the tools, self-coach. That helps you between these things. I sound like I have my act together when I'm talking to you, because I am saying, I am pulling out all the good stuff to share with you. But in this, as you can see, in these TikTok lives and outside of it, I am just as human as the next person. I get aggravated by old ladies bitching about her husband when she's getting a manicure. I screw up. I get a manicure and then I use my hand before it melts. Before it sets, and the next thing you know, I've already like zhuzhed it. Thank you for liking my my little haircut, check my nails thing. Thank you, strong silver soul sister. Now, I love this. Kara is sharing the stuff that has been accumulating in her family, and she's sharing it with us, and she's sharing our feedback with her dad. She says, I'm reading him all the comments on his photographs, and at 84, he's excited. We exchange stories and good vibes. We exchange stories and good vibes, people. Yeah. Oh, Carla Jane. Carla Jane says, and I'll share it with you all, because if you're not watching the screen, I'll take care of this. I'll read it to you both here and when this is definitely going to be uploaded to YouTube, because I'm going to make sure that happens. Carla says, I have learned so much mentally and emotionally this week. While I didn't love my situation with excess, I have realized how truly fortunate I am just listening to others' stories here and friends. I am so blessed, So notice this. Notice if you have clutter, you have abundance. How blessed you are with having the problem of too much as opposed to the problem of too little. Okay? So, I love it that Christine says, I got so much more done this week thanks to these extra lives. Love Beth in this community. So notice what happens. You got more done because you connected with people. You got more done. You showed up for yourself. Yeah. User 8274. No, I'm the one. I'm the one. Who's the dog in this scenario? I'm the dog in this scenario. No, what I did, and I'm happy to replay it, I only trusted one single source of information. I did not fact check to see if the information on that one source was true. I highly recommend you do this both mentally in your own life and externally with the news, okay? But I say this because I relied on what my brain was telling me. Oh, you've got a TikTok live at 2 o'clock. Oh, okay, I do, yep. Did I double check my other sources? No. I have multiple other sources that if I had looked at it more closely, I would have been like, oh no, it's not till 3 o'clock. But I have been a little bit low on energy and running. So I just say learn from, pay attention to stuff, double check your sources. A lot of what we do, coaching, frankly, is double checking your sources. You have a source in your brain. It is an unreliable narrator. It is unreliable. It can make you feel like you have nothing when you really have too much. So double check your sources. This is really, actually, Carla, think about this, because we coach together, folding the piece of paper, writing down the unhelpful stuff, and then allowing yourself the opportunity. This is the fact checking. Seriously, you just say, is that really true? Have I never been given anything I want ever from somebody? Am I always the person who always does all the things? Did my mother hate me? Is that really true? Now, it could be true. I don't know. But if you give yourself the opportunity to just fact check, sometimes you'll find out this person, this voice in your head, fear, tells you what it wants you to hear, because it wants you to do what it wants you to do. Isn't that crazy that that happens inside our heads and our bodies and our lives? And it also happens outside. There are people who tell you to do things. They tell you things so you act in a certain way. And what they say to you isn't necessarily true. And if you don't fact check it, you are taking action based on false information. And that's externally and that's internally. So all I say to you is consider the source. Consider the source. That's a thing my mother, Kara, your dad has taken pictures at 84 and he had done. My mother left me with a string of, sometimes helpful, sometimes what the heck are you talking about phrases. Consider the source. What do they get from me if I believe it? Now, here's the fun thing. When you and I deal with the other side, which is love and curiosity and compassion, what do you get out of it? You get a hell of a lot of cool stuff. Okay? Now, I love this. Hillman 906 says, between the TikTok lives, I organized my batteries and expired first aid items in my first aid kit. Yeah, nobody wants to go rely on a first aid kit in an emergency and find out everything's expired. Awesome. Okay. Just an idea, says Carla. Just a light bulb. We can share with others what we are learning, not to brag, but to share. Yes. Honestly, you guys, that is something I work on. This is why I'm here, and I really make sure that my energy is not showy-offy. It's not, look at my great life. Oh, don't you want my great life? No. It's, I have a great life, and I want you to have one too. That's one of the reasons I have chosen not to publicize my travels. I'm going away. Trust I'm going someplace awesome. But I don't want you feeling bad if I go someplace you're like, oh man, I always want to go there. I don't want to make you feel bad. But please do. If you are learning anything here, spread the word. Spread the word. Share it with your friends. Share it with your daughter. Share it with your brother. Share it with your older dad. Share it with your younger neighbor. Anybody who seems struggling with clutter, you now have a resource kit. You have a toolkit. You have a first aid kit that you can help them with this. And the very first tool in the toolkit, as you mentioned, is helping them feel better in their nervous system. Okay? So notice you can now help. You now have a first aid kit that never expires. How cool is that? Okay? And thank you, Christine, for the kind words. Reclaiming Jen says, it's a great story, Beth, because even though it's so challenging, having a different perspective helps us. Yeah, I'm glad to help. Strong Silver Soul Sister saying, I love your dad's photos. And I love it. See, we're bonding. We're getting to know you. We're getting, here's a song. Hey, here's a song that I was thinking of. Consider the source. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. We were just talking about that cutie patoot, Jack Wilde, earlier. Also associated with Davy Jones, because we're talking about Oliver. A liver, never before has a boy wanted more. Consider yourself part of the family. And here's a fun thing about that song too, with clutter. There is clutter in your life right now that you are considering that it's part of the furniture. Like you can't move it and it's stuck there. I will tell you that even your furniture, if it is cluttering up your life, can be moved. You can move the things out of your home and life that you don't want anymore. They are not part of the furniture. Okay? I love it. Yes, notice sharing, support, and encouragement. You know? Sharing, support, and encouragement. Doesn't that sound like a cool place you want to hang out? It's even more cool when you realize how kind of dark and unhelpful it is on the side of fear and judgment and shame and judgment. Did I already say judgment? Because there's a wicked lot of judgment there. There's a wicked lot of things here, you know. And since we're here for an hour and a half, I'm going to take the time. Last time I didn't do this. These notes I write to self. And I like to see the repetition of them because it means that I'm getting better at what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. 'Cause I still haven't found. 'Cause I have found what I was looking for. Fear. Check out all these flavors of fear. Let's make the opposite. Fear is an unhelpful thought. You feel stuck. There's judgment. It's detrimental. You don't have trust. Shame. Greedy. Feeling bad. This is hard. This is complicated. This is boring. I feel overwhelmed and unsure. Oh, it's so dramatic. I can't even. Let me tell you the story of how things did me wrong. It's all or nothing, black or white. You know, I feel embarrassed. I feel grief. I feel sadness. Now, those are all feelings and things, but those are words that can make you feel stuck and unable to move, paralyzed. But guess what, you guys? I wrote them down. I'll share them with you. Every single one of those words that I kind of rattled off right there has an opposite. Has an opposite. We're gonna play Electric Company, okay? Okay. Okay. So here. Yeah. Right. It's actually Strong Silver Soul, sister. I've been using that Fabergé organic shampoo thing for years. It's like a high whistle, like a dog whistle in the best of ways, because it attracts your Gen X people who say, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so such good stuff. So here, let me just help you with this, and I'll go back. All those fearful thoughts, write down this list instead. Get something to write with, and I will read this one slowly because this is a better list of words to have in your lexicon. Okay? When I talk about this in the car, I talk about your backseat driver. All those unhelpful thoughts or words that I just rattle off, backseat driver. Don't do it your way. Act the way I want you to act. I will encourage you to act that way that I want you to act by making you feel overwhelmed, unsure, embarrassed, shameful, not trusting. That's how somebody else's voice controls you. Not on my watch. And if you do, it's your choice. You have a choice here. You can choose the other side. Come around to my way of drinking, okay? Here, on the other hand, right? On the other hand, there is another hand. There's another flip side. Davy Jones, right? Love. Love is your co-pilot. Remember they say God is my co-pilot? You can call it God. I don't care. I call it love. To me, because I grew up Boston Irish Catholic. Whoa, talk about things to like unravel. I call it love. Love is the opposite of fear. It's a more helpful thought. Instead of getting stuck, it helps you get started. Instead of judgment, you feel curious. Instead of feeling like this is detrimental to my health, this is beneficial to my life. I feel more trusting. I help, instead of shame, I understand what's going on. And I feel grateful. I feel better. Things can be easier, more simple and fun, it feels manageable. It feels doable. I feel instead of unsure, I can feel assured. Instead of dramatic, I'm composed. Instead of all or nothing, you realize that there's some wiggle room. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes people show up for their TikTok live an hour early, right? And you smile and you have fun with it. You know, instead of being embarrassed, you feel confident. And instead of feeling grief, perhaps you just feel solace. And then instead of sadness, you feel joy. Now, joy, confidence, manageable, fun, easy, simple, feeling better, grateful, understanding, trusting, beneficial, curiosity, love. Aren't those words that make you feel better? Write those down and use it in a sentence today. Okay? I hope that helps. Now, here we go. Good stuff. Scrap and Cat, working on my first quarter estimates. Money, small, dying business. Oh, honey bunch. You are not alone in that. For the past 2 years, every single one of my paying one-on-one clients, I got from being here on TikTok. So I understand that scared feeling of a small, dying business. I also used to actively write books, and then there was a few that went out of print, about small businesses that I tried to get them before they were dying, and I tried to encourage people to visit the small businesses before they died. So it can be a scary time. But what I will share with you is, speaking of a small dying business, my book business was not sustainable. I was losing money. I was in debt. I changed what I was doing to what I'm doing now, which I feel like is so much more in line with what I'm good at, with what I enjoy. It feels sustainable, it feels beneficial, and it makes me money. So sometimes things have to die so something better can grow. And maybe it's not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Maybe it's not dead yet. Maybe it's just hibernating. Okay? I hope that helps. Penny Luck Myers is asking, what do you think about clutter blindness? I think a lot. I think a lot. Okay? I think a lot. Clutter blindness is your human brain doing the best it can to work efficiently. If this was a book, I'd rewrite that sentence, but I'm just going to go on. What do I mean by that? Think about this. Okay? I'm going to slow it down because this is really important to me. Clutter blindness is the clutter in your home that you don't even see anymore. As I said earlier, and it's funny because if I hadn't referenced Oliver, I would have said it's when you consider it part of the furniture that you don't even see it. It has become something that you don't even see. That is your brain in energy saving mode. This is why I think that. Because it's your brain literally not even seeing it. Because when you see clutter, if you see Kay, tell her I love her. When you see clutter, walk. When you see clutter, I got to shut off my heater here. I'm probably going to flip what do you call that? A fuse. When you see a piece of clutter, you know it's clutter because it's telling you something. It's talking at you, right? Oh, that's that thing from Grammy. Ugh, I don't know what to do with it, right? So it's saying, do something about me. Do something about me. And you see it. You're like, yep, okay, I'll do it. Yep, I'll do it. Yep, I'll do it. After a while, that visual reminder to take action isn't working. You're not taking the action. So your human brain says, fine, you know what? Every time I tell you to do something about that, you're not doing it. So I'm going to stop telling you to do it. I'm not even going to draw a picture of that thing on your brain screen. Because I need to save my energy. And if you're not going to do what I tell you, I'm going to make you invisible. Now, the cool thing is, you can change that in a hot minute. You can be aware and curious, and you can look at your space with fresh eyes. Oh my God, so many people. I didn't realize how bad it was getting. No, because your brain is putting the blinders on. But you can take those blinders off, but do not get overwhelmed. Just notice the things and then put your head down and get to work if you want to. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Okay. I love the bonding. People, please do this. Kind of like on the last days of camp, or maybe if somebody's moving away. Jot down people's addresses. Send them a Facebook, not Facebook at all. Send them a TikTok DM and say, I've really enjoyed seeing you show up on Destination Decluttered. Maybe we can be pen pals or something. Do not lose the connections you're making here. Connections are the things that make us a stronger, better, awesome place. It's when we feel disconnected that things can go awry. Okay? There we go. Now, Strong Silver Soul Sister, you got to tell me the song. It's not coming to my mind. Got my own life. Make my own decisions. I want to be the one in control. Ooh, that sounds like I need to add that one to my own internal playlist. Let me know which one that is. Yeah. Oh yeah, Reclaiming Jen. That poems, when you read it forward, it's unhelpful, but you read it backwards. I have that somewhere. There we go. Oh, is it Janet Jackson? It is. All right. Control. Yes, I love it. There we go. And here's a funny thing. User 1963, you're going to laugh. You're not late at all. You're not late. I was an hour early. But don't worry. I'm going to stay around for another hour and 15 minutes because why the F not? Okay. But there we go. I love it. I love seeing the chatter in between. Such cool. Thank you, Carla. Control. Yeah, sometimes when you see the lyrics out of context, it's like one of those board games and I don't get it. But cool. So, we talked about clutter blindness. We talked about being human. We talked about pop music. Right. Yeah, I did miss you. It's gotten to be a habit. It's getting to be a habit. I'm also going to have to wean myself off of that. That's why tomorrow I only have 2 TikTok lives versus the 4 I've been doing every day since Sunday. And then after weaning it down, notice I'm kind of ramping it down. I'm not going to stop cold turkey, but I might have. And I'm going to then also be away for a week. And then I'll show up again. And let's just hope we show up on TikTok, right? Yeah, it would be so much easier. And I'm all about ease. I just want it to be easier. And I really like being on TikTok. It's really fun. But if we can't be here, we'll be somewhere else, okay? Now, Carla Jane had a weird victory last night. Interesting. Late last night. What were you doing up late last night? Weren't you supposed to be in bed taking care of yourself? She says lovingly. I grabbed a trash bag of stuff from the laundry roll before I came home. Said I'm not sleepy when I got home. It was old coupons and meds my mom had. Wow. Wow. Yeah, notice the stuff that you find when you declutter. Yes, and Strong Silver Soul Sister, no wonder we get along so well. Yes, I can hear it, but I have to sing it to get it. And you know what's a fun thing? I will share with you. Every time I sing something like this, and I turn something somebody says into a song, not only does it bond me to the people who get the songs, because they're like, I remember that one. It bonds me to my dad, because my dad was the same way. My parents, nobody in my family is truly musically gifted, or nobody's a musician, but I come from a family of people who love music. And again, kind of in that we make a joyful noise. Nobody said it had to be a good one. My dad would often burst out into song like that. So here's a fun thing. This is an action. This is something that's embedded in me that when I do it, I enjoy it, and it gives me a good reminder of my dad. It isn't the duck decoy on the shelf somewhere that reminds me of him. It's something that reminds me of him that I take with me wherever I go. Isn't that kind of neat? Those are the kinds of things that you bring with you, So that's a really cool thing. Carla threw the entire bag away. There we go. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to shut off my thing here. Is everybody on the mailing list? If you're not, no big deal. This is completely up to your choice. But I realized I've been on for almost 50 minutes and I haven't been doing a lot of that like marketing. We're just hanging out. If you're not on the mailing list, let me explain to you. The mailing list is simply a way of us to communicate outside of social media. It's when I have something cool to share with you, of which I often try to create many cool things to share, because that's just what I do. I like to make cool things happen. Okay, good. Okay, so people are on the mailing list. Here's a couple of things. I was thinking about it today because there was a client of mine who secretly admitted, she admitted, she's like, I don't know how I'm on the mailing list, but you say this all the time, but I don't know how to I don't know what this habit tracker is. No big deal. I walked her through the steps. So if you want to get on my mailing list, even before let me tell you what's in it for you. I feel like Ron Popeil, okay? You can download a PDF, which is a Pavers and Potholes habit tracker. This is mine for the month. See a bunch of pavers, couple of potholes, I'm working on it. This is when I'm going, this is when I'm traveling. There are also 4 declutter parties that are going to be happening in February. You can buy your tickets for those. There is a button for scheduling your consultation, but I'm going to be away. That will open up again. You can watch January TikTok live recordings, and those are up there now. I've also turned the January ones public so everybody can look at them, and also the TikTok live schedule. So again, if I looked at it, I'd be like, oh, I don't have to show up till 3. Okay. So all sorts of good stuff just from signing up on the mailing list. If any of those seem appealing to you, DestinationDecluttered.com is my website. And at the bottom of the homepage, you can sign up for the mailing list. Okay? Hope that helps. So, excuse me. What do we got going here? I love it. I love it. Yeah, Carla was adopted. Yeah. The only thing my parents have diabetes and musically inclined. And your son is a completely talented musician. I love music. I love music. Any kind of music, right? I love music. My love of music allowed me to meet the love of my life, my husband, who is a talented musician. And you know what? He is a talented musician, not only because kind of music does run in his family, but he was encouraged. He was encouraged to practice music as a kid. He was supported. His parents said, sure, go ahead. They loved it when the band came over to rehearse. They would hear him downstairs. So notice what encouragement can do. Many of us, I'll just speak for myself, weren't particularly encouraged, probably more actively discouraged to do things. Notice the difference. You can still do this to yourself now. Encourage yourself to live the life you want. Carla Jane, now here's a neat thing. We meet all the time and I didn't know about it. Carla Jane's son and daughter went to school on jazz band and vocal scholarships. How freaking awesome is that? That is so cool. I did not know that about you. Such good stuff. Okay, there we go. Listening to the OJs. Whoa, 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 whoa. I love it. Let me share this with you. This is kind of fun. I live outside of Philadelphia, so Philly Airport is our hometown Philly Airport. Sometimes we drive up to Newark or JFK or something if we get a better deal, but mostly I like to fly out of Philly. And there's a whole thing between Terminal A and B that's about like the music of Philadelphia, and it's like Gamble and Huff and the the record label there. I want to say TSOP, that's like the sound of Philadelphia, but it was that. And it's so fun to walk through that part of the terminal because it's filled with music. So it's really fun. So, you guys, this is really funny. So it's 2:54 p.m. Eastern. Now, please, I am going to run this marathon because I committed and I am true to my school. All right? I am true to my word. I said on the calendar and the schedule that I would show up at 3, and I'm going to. I will sign off momentarily at 2:59. That's only so I can then have another 1-hour TikTok recording versus a 2-hour one. That's a bit much. Yep, there we go. All the great music in Philly, OJs and Stylistics, etc. And here's a fun thing. My musician husband plays in a band that does a lot of that kind of sound of Philadelphia. It's called In the Pocket. 80s people here. You guys ever know they were a little bit regional, but maybe they had some more international? There's a band that was called the Hooters. All You Zombies. And We Danced. Like the Fate from the Romance Morants. Okay? Oh, there we go. Hannah says my brother is in Elkins Park. Love Philly. Awesome. Hall & Oates came from Philly and Boyz II Men. Yep. Motown Philly back again. Yep. Okay. So my husband is in a band with Dave Ossickinen, the drummer from the Hooters, and Eric and a bunch of the other guys and some other people who do a lot of that music of Philly, and it's wicked fun. I am not, can you just tell by the fact that I inserted wicked there, like an OG? I am not originally from Philly. I'm from the Boston area, but I have grown to just love the music from the Philly area. Yeah, the Roots and Jill Scott, completely. All sorts of good stuff from this area. Even right now, our friend Adam from Low Cut Connie is kind of blowing up. He's an entertainer. He is. He's a wicked nice guy. Yeah. It's not Come Dancing. That was the Kinks. That was the Kinks. That was Dave Davies. It was, and we danced like the fates of the ocean romance. We were liars in love and we danced. They had a video. We didn't have MTV when I was growing up. We were practically Amish. I kid. We were practically Amish in the suburbs of Boston because my parents did not want to get cable TV, even though I so wanted my MTV. They had a video where they were all dancing at a drive-in movie theater. That was them. Yeah. Yep, that's them. So, Scrap Lover says, thank you for being here at this time. What a reward, and it benefited to listen to you so much. Now, this was definitely light on the declutter, but it's heavy on the connection. It's all good. All of this is good. We can't always be, even with the stuff that seems like it is just fluff, it's really realizing how good it feels to feel connected to people, to have something in common with them. We have so much more in common with each other than we do that separates us. But man, that stuff that separates us is something we should work on, So I will say this to you. Excuse me. Motorboat. Is, we got about a couple of minutes left. I will be here. Trust me, this is the marathon. Anybody remember? This is a random thing for my Gen X lexicon. Marathon mascara. Marathon looks just put on until you take it off. And notice when you feel connected, a lot of times too, ADHD people are really sensitive to this, but how it can help you even just do some decluttering, some tasks around your house. They call it body doubling. I call it the buddy system. Just feeling like you're not alone. Feeling like you're hanging out with people who aren't judging you, who are just hanging out kind of on that equal plane, can help you do stuff. There we go. Strong Silver Soul Sister says, I gotta go, but I'll be back later as I'm scrolling along. Okay? And I love it. Becky is saying, I love the connection. Excuse me, Becky. Did I say Becky? Becky said, I love the connection. I'm busy decluttering while listening. Yeah. Okay? Peeper Eye Sticks, says Hannah. Now, I don't remember that because, as you can tell, I don't wear a lot of makeup, and I didn't really back in the day, except when I was trying to be all new wave, which was mostly on Halloween, to be honest. But notice how feeling better, feeling connected, feeling seen and heard, your nervous system is safe. You're with good people. You don't have to worry about fear of attack. You don't have to be fearful of anything. You are with friendly people. And that's when you can relax and calm down the nervous system, get out of fight or flight, and then you can actually start doing something that's helping you with this decluttering, okay? Now, everybody who just joined on within the past minute or two, even right now, TikTok is saying that my live is going to end in 5 minutes. I'm going to end it momentarily and temporarily, okay? It would be comical if I could go and pretend to do like a costume change. Maybe I'll take off my sweatshirt. I don't know. I will be back in just a minute, okay? So if you like what you're hearing, I'm going to go away. You stay there. I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back.